After Mangalvaram, మీ క్యారెక్టర్ చూసిన వాళ్ళు, the people who watched the film and seen your character, usually the common, they come up with the same kind of roles and ask you to do. Did it happen?
I got another this thing also, like where I'm playing. I was like, I don't want to do the same thing again.
From the Telugu industry or
Other industries also, like even in Malayalam also I got. I'm like, onnu chedu, now I want to do something different, like it's something, so I really want to do a police character, like like, because I did one with that was a cameo. I just had to take 3 days leave from work in 2017, and I quickly just came down to, because it was with Mammootty sir.
Okay.
I always wanted to meet him, and so I was like so fascinated, and my scenes were with him. So the movie's name is Masterpiece. So I was playing a IPS role, like I was an IPS. I really loved the whole thing about, it just gives you so much confidence, like suddenly,
the
you're
power.
like, you're so powerful with wearing your uniform, and I was like, something about uniforms just make you feel like, so I would, and there are the 2 movies in Malayalam that's in the pipeline, which are police related, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that to materialize and everything to come in place. It's ready. We're ready to start.
Okay.
Maybe probably by July or August.
బట్ ఇమీడియట్గా వన్ హిట్ తర్వాత సేమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రోల్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు డిడ్ యూ థింక్ ట్వైస్ రిజెక్టింగ్ దెమ్, అంటే బిఫోర్ రిజెక్టింగ్ దెమ్?
No, if I see, that's what I said. If it's like even after Color, I got a lot of roles where like it's housewife, and there was a lip lock scene, and then lip lock. I'm like, the director really convinced me for that role. It was necessary for that role, for like for that. That's the only reason why I did that. I am not a big fan of this lip lock. Yeah, I am not. I feel like it's too personal. It's too, it's. I mean, I'm not saying it's. I won't do it again or whatever. But if it
should
really
make sense.
Yeah, it should make sense. But so many I got so many offers and scripts, like
It makes it
and I'm
doesn't
like,
make any sense,
no,
but
dude,
it should be there.
no, not happening. So I was like, no. So only if it like, and not only that, like sometimes it really has to be, make sense in the, even if it's any scene for that matter, even if it's like an angry scene, or if it's like when you're trying to kill someone. I see, like I've done few movies like that, which I'm learning from that, like where I'm a killer in the movie, and that was before Mangalavaram that I did. Okay, so that's after that I got this Mangalavaram role. So I had to, but I said okay to Mangalavaram. I said okay to this movie also. Both were negative characters. So I will take similar roles if it actually makes sense to me. But sometimes when you go at the set, when it's narrated to you in a way, but when you are actually shooting for it, and when you finally see the movie, it's not how you perceived.
Yeah.
Or it's not how you have been told or narrated to. So sometimes then you realize that okay, you have to what questions to ask next. That's why I had a deep discussion with Ajay Bhupati sir, like okay, like as in why is she doing this, and why can't she just leave her husband and go, like what? So you ask so many questions about the character, and then if it makes sense to you, at the end of the day, if it makes sense to you, if it has some common sense, because now you can't fool the audiences, and most movies, if you see also in Malayalam especially, if it is relatable to the audience, it works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
if it's relatable, movies, and that's why script is so important. And the script is the hero most of the time, so it's important, like if it makes sense to you at the end of the day, and if you can convey that to the why you're doing this. So I made few mistakes in the past, where I'm like, oh, it's negative character, wow, and all that stuff, and I have fight scenes and everything, I'll take it up, wow, it's nice, but it didn't make sense. It didn't make absolute sense, like why am I doing this? But then I didn't realize it until I was there. Sometimes you just learn with experience.
Exactly.
So and that's how, like so still I'm learning. I'm still a learner, as I feel like so that's why when they come with okay, I did that in Color, like there's a lip lock scene in Color and whatever, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to do it in every movie. So I make sure like I tell in the beginning itself, like unless and until it's required, and I don't want to do it. Like it's not important to me or anything of that sort. And to show, there's so many ways that you can show intimacy between two people. You can just sit next to each other, and I feel that's where the beauty is.
Exactly.
You don't have to be like
Not
on top
the
of each
actual
other.
act, but the conversation, then the
just
looks.
with a look, or with a smile, or with how you are. That's enough, and that shows a lot of intimacy than actually like
doing the thing.
yeah. I mean, like I mean, sometimes I find that. So unless and until it makes sense to me, or I'm not going to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Divya ji, like you working in different industries, Mollywood, Collywood,
Yeah.
and Tollywood.
Yeah.
Not in Sandalwood yet.
No. What is sandalwood?
Kannada.
Kannada. Okay, Kannada. Oh, Kannada is sandalwood. I didn't know.
Okay.
It's a beautiful name for them.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, not yet in sandalwood. No.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to sandalwood though.
Nice. So, no, for an actor being in one industry and managing everything here, knowing the nature of this industry is a particular industry is very difficult. But you're doing projects in 3 industries and knowing about the people, knowing about the nature of those industries, it's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
And upon that, selecting a script, script is totally based on the audience. Like,
Yeah.
is this script gonna work there or not in that industry,
Yeah.
or is it another small film which they shoot and there is no guarantee of release.
Yeah.
How do you choose all this? Is there anyone there to help you out?
Like in Telugu, I have my manager.
I wanna tell same question in Telugu.
Yes, please.
సో నేను ఏం అడిగానంటే ఇప్పుడు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఎట్ ఏ టైం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. సో 3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీలో వర్క్ చేసి అక్కడ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఎంచుకోవడం అనేది పెద్ద టాస్క్లా ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఆ నేచర్ తెలియాలి ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి. ఒకవేళ చేసిన మూవీ అక్కడ హిట్ అవుతుందా లేదా అనే క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఎట్ ఏ టైం మీరు 3 ఇండస్ట్రీలో చేస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇది ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటారో అని అడిగాను.
Like in Tamil and Malayalam, more or less, I can feel the pulse, like somewhere, because these are movies that I used to watch when I was a kid, even, like, and especially Malayalam, I don't, and Tamil, I now I've done one project called The Village. And now the other movie that's been we're doing is it's not named the film yet, but it's Vijay Sethupathi sir, Yogi Babu sir, Rukmani Vasant. So we are doing a movie together, the 4 of us, and it's a good fun movie. So because it was comedy and because it was the script also was fun. I'm like one of their friends, and it's exploring. When I heard the character, it sounded good to me. Okay, so that's how I chose, and it is Vijay Sethupathi sir. And working with him is like going to 10 acting schools. You will get trained, like it's him, and him and Yogi Babu sirs is their work culture and the way how they handle a situation and the scene is, and since it's a comedy film. It was so much fun because I love doing comedy.
Okay.
And I would want to do comedy, but comedy is the hardest thing that you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it was like, that experience working with them, I had to grasp in a lot of things, like keep a straight face and then, say like a dialogue. And, without, it's crazy how he makes use of props nearby him so that your hands are not idle. I think the biggest challenge for an actor is, what do you do when you're just, the camera is at you, but what do you do with your arms?
Yeah.
What do you do with that? So then he will find something to do. And like, and the way how he does it and how he treats other actors and people in the set. That's so important, and all that. So that was that experience. Coming back to our question, where in Telugu it was a bit challenging for me because I don't know the pulse of the audience yet. Like I'm still trying to learn and still trying to feel it, still trying to see what. So it's exciting. At the same time, it makes me a little nervous as well. So I have a manager. I have my manager. and she's wonderful, and like, you know, she helps me through it. She helps me, like, you know, go through the whole thing, like, and explains to me, okay, this might work, this is good. So right now I'm doing a project called Thandel.
Oh, Thandel.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing a character. It's a character role in that movie. But again, it was her that who actually kind of like got me that that
Okay,
part.
manager helped
Yeah,
you. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
she helped me, and she kind of, and again, there was another movie with Fahad that I've you know, that's coming out in. I mean, we're starting shoot in July. It's Don't Trouble the Trouble.
Oh, okay, I have seen the poster.
Yeah, poster. I'm playing a character in that as well.
Okay.
Again, it's her who's like, you know, who's told me that. So for me, both roles were like, I'm so used to doing lead characters, and then I've done villain characters. Again, these are, you know, they're very important
Okay.
roles in movies. So for me, it was a bit like, you know, I'm doing a character, you know. So then they were like, she was like, no, just see it in this aspect and see it in this. And when she got me the narration, it took me a while to, like, you know, just to accept that. But then once I'm glad I took that project up, you know, like Thandel that I'm doing right now. I'm like so looking forward to it. And
But for most of the actors, the audition that you took is very difficult.
yes.
But you took it.
You have, sometimes you just have to let go of, you know, your ego and your pride and everything, and to see the totality of, you know, what brings you the, you know, like as an actor, you know, are you
that
satisfied?
gives you satisfaction also.
Exactly.
Soul satisfaction.
Exactly. And I don't know, I'm here, see, I left my job and everything to act. You know, I'm here to act. I'm here to take up parts and do that job. So let me, and I'm hungry for it. Like, I'm, you know, if I'm going to be picky and choosy, and I'm going to be only a heroine, and if I'm going to only this, and if I'm going to sit like that, I'll be just sitting at home.
Yeah, nothing.
And I don't want to do that. I've sat at home during lockdown, and that's fine now. And I want to, like, you know, get out there, get whatever comes my way. And I don't believe, see, in Malayalam, if just because I did a villain role or a side character does not mean that I will not get a lead role. You're an actor. Like, it depends on what the story is and what the script is. If the script demands a person like me and like similar this thing, and if I can portray that character, then that will come to me.
Exactly. Touchwood, those kind of scenarios were there before. Like, if you if you do other roles apart from the lead role, you won't be considering for the other. That's not the situation now.
Yeah, that's not. And because as an actor, we can't do that. Like, you know, that's for me initially, because that was told to me by other people. Like, you know, so many people will come and tell you different thousand things. Like, you know, oh, if you do, like, you know, listen. No, I've done so many characters, different kind of characters in Malayalam films. You know, like, and I still get lead characters. So it's not for me, like, you know, okay, now just because I've done cameos. You know, just because I want to be a part of that movie.
Okay.
You know, and I just went with my gut feeling, and that did not stop me from getting a lead character. And I believe that this is what it's going to be in any industry. Things are changing, and it's high time we change that mentality. Like, and, you know, just limit ourselves. Who is anyone to limit us? You know, like, no. So yeah.
And in Mangalavaram, I want to mention this. Antagonist anagane, you know, once they reveal you, you're like hyper, and you all of a sudden you show your true color. You are subtle. You are subtle, and at the same time you are showing your true nature with the eyes. That's one thing I noticed, and I was so amazed how well she managed that.
So it's like, you know, sometimes I don't know, it's how he explained it to me, like Ajay sir, how he explained that character to me, and how he said that, like he said, Divya, this is what I need, and sometimes so it depends on how I'm told, and how I'm, like, you know, and how you perceive, little bit how I perceive in that character is there. I'm not saying it's completely them, but then it's sometimes you just take that guidance and you just follow your gut feeling. I don't know, if you ask me like why did I, how did you do that? I don't know the answer to it. It just came to me, like I just felt like
It's the
doing that.
situation and the other actors, everything sinks there.
Sinks, yeah. And then you talked to, like, Chaitanya was like we had to like discuss how you're going to do it, how you're going to be like, so they are also very helpful. All my co-stars, Payal also, when I had to like, Ajay sir, no, sometimes he goes a bit extreme. So there's a scene where I'm throwing Payal onto the ground, so I can't do that. And so like, even though we've done fight scenes and everything, and like, this poor girl, she's been anyways like, she's mentally also, after a point you get very tired, and that character is tiring.
It's tiring.
And we were shooting at I think 1:32 a.m. Okay, at that scene where I'm like ordering to kill her, Champes.
Champesi.
Yeah, Champesi. I'm saying, screaming and saying that. So at that time, I'm like holding her. So Ajay said, yeah, throw her, and I'm like, dude. And then I'm like, Payal, I'm so sorry, my dear. Is it okay if I can just do this? Like, can I hold your hair? Can I hold it? She's like, yeah, it's fine. And she at that point, poor girl had already given up. She's like, I'm giving up. Do whatever. And and then she was like, and after that, I just gave her a hug, and I was like, listen, I'm sorry, darling. And she's like, hey, it's okay, it's fine. And and she was also like, and there was a connection, between me and her, even between me and Shravan also, like, when my boyfriend in the movie. So even Shravan also, like, he was like, so we have that, I was, whoever I worked with, that's there in every movie that I have. It's so important that you have a good rapport with your co-artist, whoever you're working with, and, and everyone at the set, even, whoever it is, like from the light boy to the director, whoever, you have to be in sync. There's one person's, like that energy because it's an emotional thing that you're doing. Acting is emotional. So if one person's energy is like up and down, it affects you, and and you don't want to be,
underplay or overplay.
Yeah, exactly. So in this particular scene that we were talking about, like, Chaitanya was very helpful. Ajay sir was like, okay, let's do this. And then we had a time constraint. We had to finish it up. And he didn't want to like drag it on and everything. So he had to be crisp. So there's a lot of, so before going to the set itself, I would read my lines, and I would just try to be in that, particular mood. At the set, they might change the lines. Okay. But that's fine for me. I pick up on prompting in Telugu, especially. Other languages, I can remember the lines, and I can change. Tamil is a bit difficult to change also, but Malayalam is easy because of, obviously, and but Tamil is a little hard. I wouldn't say it is like, but if I know the like the backbone of what is happening, then it's easier to to change and to speak. So I was in that mode already. That like, okay, this is happening, and this is happening. I'm in this mode, and I'm going to like, attack him, and he's going to, and at the end of the day, he's going to kill me. That is there. But my whole thing is, killing will come later. I'm not thinking of that. My entire scene at that, my thing, that I should somehow escape from there. I'm only thinking of that. Okay. Killing is his reaction. I just have to show that I'm dead, and then we have our stunt people doing the falling off the thing and everything. They are doing that. I don't have to do that. Only thing is, my whole thing is, how do I escape from this person? So that is all I'm thinking about, and that's what I was, and that's just, I think that's what came into play at that point.
And